Okay, students, our next topic is refraction through a spherical surface. And let us say this is a spherical surface which is having its center of curvature over here, and so this distance from here to here is the radius of curvature. Let us call it r. Now we have an object O, which is a point size object, and it is placed on the principal axis. There are certain assumptions which we are going to make before doing this. पहला ये है कि हम ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो पॉइंट साइज लेंगे जिसको हमने प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस पर रखा हुआ है, और दूसरा ये कि the aperture of the spherical surface is very small, so that the angle of incidence, angle of refraction, all these angles becomes also very small. अब मान लो कि ओके ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ पर है, सो द डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, दिस इज द ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस u. The ray of light from this object goes and hits like this. यहाँ स्फेरिकल सरफेस पर जाता है, या जो बाहर का सरफेस है रेयर मीडियम, उसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स n1 है, और ये स्फेरिकल सरफेस का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स लेटर से n2 है, और ये सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर से जोड़ता हुआ रेडियस, दिस विल बी द नॉर्मल. So this angle will be the angle of incidence. अब ये रे यहाँ से रिफ्रैक्ट होके लेट अस अज्यूम के ऐसे जाके यहाँ पर मिलती है, and the image is formed over here. So if the image is formed over here, this distance from the pole to the image will be the image distance. तो ये इसको हम v से डिनोट कर लेते हैं. तो ये वाला जो एंगल यहाँ पर बन रहा है, दैट इज द एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन. नाउ एज वी हैव कंसिडर्ड दैट द अपर्चर इज वेरी वेरी स्मॉल, यहाँ if we draw a normal if we draw a straight line like this, let us call it nm. So here the distance between this p and m is very 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 small, so np can be considered as nm. ये भी एक assumption है, which is very good assumption कि हम लोग np को nm बोलेंगे, because these two are very close to each other. Okay, now let us say कि ये जो इंसिडेंट रे है यहाँ पर जो प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस के साथ जो एंगल बना रही है, वी कॉल इट अल्फा. जो इमेज जो एंगल बना रहा है वी कॉल इट बीटा, एंड सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर पर जो एंगल बन रहा है वी कॉल इट गामा. ओके, सो फ्रॉम दिस अरेंजमेंट इफ यू सी व्हाट कैन बी द वैल्यू ऑफ 10 alpha over here. See, for 10 alpha we need to take the triangle O N M, and so 10 alpha will then be opposite, that is NM upon adjacent, which is OM. Similarly, if we take the triangle INM, that is this triangle, we can find out the value of 10 beta, which is NM upon MI. And in the same way, if we take the triangle over here, this one CNM, so we can also find the value of 10 gamma, which is NM upon MC. अब यहाँ OM क्या है? So you can see कि OM is equal to OP only, and so that will be equal to U. But because ये लेफ्ट साइड पर है तो we consider साइन कन्वेंशन और यहाँ पर माइनस U लिखते हैं. सिमिलरली MC क्या होगा यहाँ पर, MC इज इक्वल टू PC विच इज इक्वल टू R। वो राइट साइड पर है पोल के, इसलिए हम लोग पॉजिटिव लिखते हैं। एंड सिमिलरली MI इज इक्वल टू PI which is the image distance V. Now here the angles alpha, beta, gamma, ये तीनों एंगल बहुत ही स्मॉल एंगल्स है। सो फॉर स्मॉल एंगल्स वी कैन से कि अगर एंगल बहुत ही छोटे हैं सो tan theta can be written as sin theta which can also be written as only theta. So instead of tan alpha we can then convert it into alpha which is equal to nm, and OM is also minus u, so we can write upon minus u. Similarly tan beta can be written as only beta which is equal to nm upon mi which is v, and similarly tan gamma can be written as only gamma which is equal to nm by mc, that is r. So this is one thing which we've got. Now what we'll do is we'll try to find out the value of I and R, इंसिडेंट एंगल और रिफ्रैक्शन एंगल, इन दोनों की वैल्यू फाइंड करने की कोशिश करते हैं। सो नाउ सी दिस ट्रायंगल ONC, इन ट्रायंगल ONC, if you see this triangle ONC you can clearly say that angle I, that is angle of incidence, is the exterior angle. So it is like this, this is your O, this is C, this is N, and the angle of incidence goes like this I. Here we have alpha and here we have gamma. So it's very clear कि ये exterior angle है which is equal to the sum of interior angles. So we can say in triangle ONC, I is the exterior angle. So if I is the exterior angle, we can say I is equals to, as you can see over here, alpha plus gamma. So we have got the value of I over here. Now if we see in triangle INC, now we take the image here, this is INC, this triangle INC. So if I draw it over here, it would look like this. This is your I, this is C, this is N. Clearly you can see that this angle gamma is an exterior angle, and so interior we have R and beta. So we can say in triangle INC, gamma is the exterior angle, and therefore we can say gamma is equals to R plus beta, but I want to find out the angle of refraction, so R will be equal to gamma minus beta. So here we have got I and here we have got R. Now why are we doing this, you will come to know soon. अब यहाँ सिर्फ now let us use the Snell's law. Using Snell's law at this surface, at this spherical surface, you can easily say according to Snell's law we have n1 sin theta 1 over here is I is equals to n2 sin theta 2 which is R, and that is the reason why we found out I and R. Now as you know, for small angles, again as you know, for small angles we can write sin theta as theta only, so I can write over here n1 I instead of sin I equal to n2 R instead of sin R. So now what we'll do is we'll put the values of I and R over here. So this thing which we have got, we will put the value of I and R in this. So now see what happens. So it will become N1, and instead of I can write alpha plus gamma is equals to N2, and instead of R I can write gamma minus beta. Now see what happens. We'll put the value of alpha, beta and gamma from here. Now alpha is Nm by minus u, gamma is Nm by r is equals to N2 into gamma is again Nm by r minus beta is Nm by v. So you can take Nm common from both the sides and it will get cut. So, and putting N1 inside, we get N1 by minus N1 by u plus N1 by r is equals to N2 by r minus N2 by v. Now taking RR on one side and UV on the other side, so what we get is this comes over here, so it becomes N2 by V, and this is already over here, N1 by U. This goes over there, so it's N2 by R minus N1 by R, so which can be simplified and written as N2 by V minus N1 by U is equals to N2 minus N1 divided by R. This is the formula, required formula for refraction through the spherical surface. अब देखो, अगर ऐसा होता है कि रे जो है इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग फ्रॉम द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स N1 to N2, अगर N2 से N1 में जा रही है somewhat like this, अगर ऐसे जा रही है, यहाँ से यहाँ जा रही है, so then in that case what you have to do is, फॉर्मूला कैसे चेंज हो जाएगी? बहुत ही सिंपली चेंज होगी. इसको नीचे वाले कोई चीज़ चेंज नहीं करनी है, ऊपर वाले सबको उल्टे कर देना है. यानी कि यू विल राइट इट एज N1 by U, सॉरी N1 by V, नीचे वाली चीज़ चेंज नहीं करनी है, माइनस N2 by U is equals to N1 minus N2 by R. So if you write it this way, then this is light going from N2 to N1. So that's a minor change over.